Hello. Hello. There we go. That's better. I'm going to do a tag today. I don't generally do tags, but I thought I would do this one because it's the book confessions tag. So yeah, I've got my questions written down there. So let's get on with the answers. This book tag was created by Book Reviews with Becky. Sorry, I realise that my hair gets in my microphone, so sorry about that. And I wasn't tagged per se, but Alan Reeds in his comments tagged me. So here I am. You are going to be seeing me looking at my notes, so bear with. Anyway, question 1 is, do you have an unpopular book opinion? Well, I have quite a few, but we don't have time for them all. I read these 2 books quite a while ago, and I resisted the hype, and then I didn't resist any longer. The first one was Lessons in Chemistry. I kind of loved it. I kind of enjoyed it at the very beginning. I thought, oh, yeah, this may be a hyped book that actually is worth its hype. And then I just got bored with it. And I thought, no, it let me down. So, yeah, I didn't enjoy that one. And secondly, this one is very popular, I know. And it's Legends and Lattes. And I'm sorry, but I just found it boring. I like the idea of an orc, a retired orc, going to make a coffee shop, and the talk of coffee and cakes and stuff was quite nice, but there was just no story to it. I'm sorry if you enjoy it, but I just thought it was boring as beans. Certainly won't be reading the second one. Also, I think some classics are overrated. People just go, oh, they're amazing, because it's a classic and they feel they have to. But honestly, I sometimes much prefer it when modern day authors write a book about the characters in these classic books. I enjoy them way more. For example, Sherlock Holmes. I've only read Hound of the Baskervilles, and I did enjoy that. The writing was a bit muddy, but yeah, I liked the story. But Bonnie McBeard has written some amazing Sherlock Holmes books, which I just thoroughly enjoy. So sometimes, you know, I think classics are overrated. Now, the second question is, has your reading tastes changed over the years? And oh yes, my goodness, vastly changed over the years. I have introduced way more than I used to read. Question 3, what genre do you read when you're in a bit of a slump? Well, if I'm in a slump, I am in a slump. Nothing can get me out of it. Perhaps the odd non-fiction here and there, but the only thing that gets me through a slump are audiobooks. I have had a bit of a slump on an audiobook before, and it was atrocious. If I can't be reading, at least I'm getting my book fix through an audiobook. So yeah, I think my longest slump, was about 18 months to 2 years. It was dreadful. And honestly, I'm still kind of feeling the effects of it now. The number of books that I physically read has dramatically dropped over the years, and I don't like it. Question 4, what are your automatic buys regarding authors? Now, it depends on the series. Now here is some Jodie Taylor, and I've got some right at the back as well, and you can't see, but this is another Jodie Taylor. This is the Time Police series, and there's some Mary's series at the back. This is a new series that she started. I like those 3. She does have a a couple more series, but I'm not interested in those. Well, not at the moment anyway. So if it's a Time Police or this Pennyroyal or the St Mary's at the back, then definitely they get an auto buy. Books by Bernard Cornwell, especially the Sharpe series. I'm looking for those in charity shops. I'm looking for the hardbacks, but I'm looking for the old-fashioned hardbacks. I see quite a few of the Sharpe series in the charity shops, but in paperback. I'm like, how could you? How dare you? Why do you want to give these books away? Alison Weir also in her Tudor series. These books here, they are all Alison Weir, and yes, if she brings any more out of these, they are definitely an auto buy, and there is another one coming out in May. Now up here is my Rhys Bowen books, and these are the Royal Spinous ones here, and then there's her standalones here, which are definitely able to buy. When she comes out with a standalone, absolutely. Now question 5 is, how many times do you give an author before you decide not to read them again? Now I'm quite generous with some and an immediate no with others. And you're going to ask me who the no's are, and honestly I can't remember, because by the time I'm like, no, I don't like this, they go out of my head. So that was a bit of a pants answer, isn't it? But I will say Richard Coles. Now I've given him 3 goes. One I DNF'd, one I did actually read, and then I saw this the other day when I was food shopping. And it says Murder at the Monastery, and I thought, right, I'm going to give him one last chance. My family are swarming. I think it was this one here, Murder Before Evening Song, or is it the Parish one? And I did read the Mistletoe one, so I really, really want to like these, so I'm giving them one last chance. I'm getting amateur dramatics over here. Anyway, question 6. Do you like to do anything whilst you're reading or listening or whatever? If I'm sitting down reading, I prefer peace and quiet. I can't do it when the TV's on or there's music on. If there's people around me talking, then yeah, I can do that. But if they're like quite near me, I'm seriously, dude, I am reading here. And sorry, you'll hear noises in the background. And if I'm audiobooking, then I can do lots of things. I can do the housework, I can do cooking, I can just sit there and listen. I'm very lucky in a job that I can listen to audiobooks at work as well. So and if I go out for a walk, I sometimes listen to an audiobook, but a lot of the time I just love the peace and the quiet of the walk. I know my mother, like, I've got to finish it because I want to know what's happening. But if you're not enjoying it and you don't really care about the characters or whatever, yes? Then why carry on? Well, there you go. Question 8. Do you ever find yourself making the same faces of the characters in the book? No. At least I don't think so. And question 9 is rereading. Yes, no, depends. Yes, no, and depends. I'm not the greatest of rereaders, I have to admit. I can re-listen to an audiobook better than I can reread a book. I know some people have their favourite books where they just go over it again and again and again, and I would love to have that experience, but once I read it, I just sometimes think there's so many other books in the world that you need to get to. So yeah, having said that, I just recently made a video about this book saying that I possibly wanted to reread it. So the last question is to tag some people. Now, I don't know who has done this or not done this, so I'm just going to reel out some names. I kind of want to re-tag Alan from Alan's Reads just to see if he gives different answers. Thank you, Alan, for tagging me in the comment section. And I think I've done this justice. The reason why I don't do that many tags is because I don't feel that I'm very good at them. I tend to get the same books out every time and mould them into the question. I'm going to go, and thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please do come back for more, and happy Tag Tuesday. Bye.